The Cornerstone story. Cornerstone Revitalization Foundation was founded in 2008 as a 501c3 organization whose mission was and is to lead community revitalization in the southwest community of the city of Birmingham. It was born, as many organizations are, out of the larger vision of the church. One church in particular, Greater Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. The church had outgrown its fourth location at 1661 18th Place Southwest. The church then made a strategic decision to remain in the West End community, as opposed to relocating to the suburbs, because of the belief that the community needed the church's mission, vision, ministry, and presence. The intent was to see this once vibrant community come alive again. A master plan was put into place, which recognized that a division of its work had to take place, with one strategy focusing on the ecumenical themes and another strategy to focus on community concerns. We identified four major systems that exist outside of the walls of the church that negatively impact citizens. The area outside of the church was noted as the war zone, and the plan called for the creation of three nonprofit organizations to address the systems that adversely affect community residents. 2008 was also the year that we cut the ribbon on a new $6.5 multi-million-dollar facility in the heart of West End, designed to be the center for world evangelism and a launching station for community revitalization. The new building led to new growth as membership in the church increased from 281 to over 2,500 in 7 years. So the immediate focus was on establishing a culture of excellence and mobilizing for world evangelism. I'm happy to report the success of those efforts as the church now reaches people in over 80 countries around the globe and in all 50 states, with over 50 million viewers and listeners tuning in to weekly television, radio, and internet broadcasts. Cornerstone lay dormant until 2015, when it became time to refocus on the community revitalization aspect originally declared. Having had established two other nonprofit organizations that were addressing the educational, health, and wellness concerns as well as leadership needs, it was time to focus on the widening economic disparity, which is a major factor in criminal activity within the community. Cornerstone began to launch long-range revitalization initiatives. In 2017, Cornerstone received a $1.2 million grant from the U.S. Department of Labor called Youth Bill. Youth Bill is a workforce development movement designed to provide an alternative education and employment track to re-engage a neglected population and get them productive. With 68% of young adults in the West End unemployed between the ages of 18 through 24, we see this as a signature project opportunity that must be sustained. Youth Bill provides 5 components for young people between this population of ages 18 through 24 who have dropped out of school and come from low-income families, who have had one or more parents incarcerated or themselves having had trouble with the law, to be offered the opportunity to create pathways to brighter futures. So there's an education component designed to provide GED credentials, learning construction skills while earning OSHA 10 and NCCER certifications, case management, which supports services that are provided to mitigate and navigate adverse circumstances, job placement, and leadership development. We have set out to serve 55 youth from across the greater Birmingham area who fit that criteria. As of today's date, we have serviced 25 youth and have recently enrolled an additional 19 students, bringing our totals to 44. We have another initiative that we have and that will be rolled out aimed at persons coming out of the penal systems called Project Hope. HOPE is an acronym for Hospital Opportunity for Professional Employment. And this summer, we will launch Project YES. YES is an acronym for Youth Entrepreneur System, a youth entrepreneur program aimed at younger students as well as to begin the economic stimulus process will begin in July of 2019. Then there are the 8 principles which are critical areas that will lead to holistic community revitalization. Number 1, there's relocation. We have to get people to relocate to the West End, and that implies housing needs. There's reconciliation. There are all kinds of reconciliation, generational and family, racial and spiritual reconciliation. There must be redistribution of resources. All of the resources cannot reside on the other side of the mountain. We have to retoss this salad. There must be leadership development in order to sustain the efforts that are to be done and to keep continuity going. There needs to be church-based, because that role is the role of the gatekeeper. It is a trusted relationship within the community, and with our long record, this church can be trusted. It must be based on felt needs, and this is what makes it difficult for people to come in to revitalize, because they don't always know the needs. It has to be a ground-up approach. It has to be holistic, and yes, it must be sustainable. These projects cannot be one and done. They need to be ongoing. So tonight we're poised to take on this humongous task, but we recognize that we cannot do it alone. It will require partnerships with public and private enterprise to effect this vision. However, we are here tonight to announce our commitment to this vision and to ask for your support physically, financially, and the expert knowledge that you may possess to cause the underprivileged population to be served.